Hello, hackathon judges. Today I'm Eduardo and I'm exhausted, but also I'm presenting Chalice, my censorship resistance cross chain mixer bridge, where the anonymity set is every transaction on every chain. Well, what is a censorship resistant cross chain mixer bridge, anyways, you ask? Well, other than the next token buzzword for the season, it's a very cool design that is essentially private intents. Private intents through near MPC chain signatures and light clients. And what it allows you to do is have a global Merkle root of multiple chains that you are syncing through the light client, but also I had to do some novel things like port the ultra honk verifier and create a type of Solana inclusion proof. I don't know if anyone did before. But essentially what this allows you to do is that you can on-ramp or off-ramp of Zcash through private ledgers without anyone knowing, but also you can use the same design to just like farm anonymity on other chains. So for other mixers, so you could just like control other mixers and transparent ledgers through the private ledger of Zcash, and essentially Zcash becomes this thing. Or I could also use other chains as the maker, but my design currently uses Zcash as the maker. But the thing about the global Merkle root is just like you could mix everything, right? And then yeah, you have a maker, you have a taker, you have a global Merkle tree, and you can just do whatever you want, man, and you can get censored. Because funny backstory, 3 years ago, I was building the first private app with my team. Back then it was called HydroCash. Later it was called OPEC Protocols and also support Cadena, RIP. But what HydroCash did essentially was very close to tornado sanction. We had like a few compliance features like with drawer screening, but people were so scared, man, because of tornado. I'm sure you guys remember nobody wanted to build on privacy. And I think it's funny that 3 years ago I was building with my team the first ZK verifier on year, and then 3 years later, like now people suddenly care about privacy, and I'm here again at a hackathon. But also, I still had to write a verifier. But yeah, so ultra honk verifier is interesting. So here, also let's do the dual inclusion architecture diagram here. So you have a maker in one chain, a taker in some other chain. You prove like two transactions from the global Merkle root, doesn't care where they are. Um, so yeah, challenge I had to part the verifier. There's very few options of proven systems you could even use if you want mobile proven verifier on chains, exchange zero knowledge. Uh, uh, with branching, I guess the only solution would be Maiden. I almost consider Maiden, but I really didn't want to compromise on my mobile proven. I saw if it took too many cycles, it wouldn't work there for the memory requirement. Uh, but well, with Noir, it's been pretty chill, even though it doesn't have branching. So I'm committing for a bigger circuit than it would be necessary. I still works fine, 220 teragas, my ultra honk inclusion. But no other solution other than this shoe could work. Graph wouldn't prove fast enough, and then neither would Plonk without precompiles. And then, I mean, Noir basically is Plonk with some more things, right? And precompiles for Shine and other stuff, so it made it easy. I didn't build, I couldn't finish, sorry guys. I did make a cool web wallet, but I couldn't get the Noir wasm thing to compile in time. I just, as some other people here, did a hackathon 3 days. So the not enough time to build a thing so ambitious, but I'm really happy with how far I got. Also, yeah, you require the peers to match with their counterparties and do some filtering, so I think it would be perfect for a TE because it's transient privacy, right? So I think that would be a good match. If you want to test this thing, I have lots of documentations of so many fucking tests I have to write for this because, well, the dev environment is just a lot of things, right? You have Zcash, you have Solana, you have Near, you have the wormhole Guardian queries that's running, the Zcash Lite client relayer for the Near contract. You have the Solana validator has a geyser plugin because basically the way it works, right? So I mentioned was not, I didn't explain what I did, right? So you use wormhole queries to get Solana block hashes into Near, and then you use the geyser client on the validator to export the entry hashes because proof of history on Solana, you hash the entries sequentially, but the entries have Merkle roots. So the contract verifies that the entries that you're submitting with this validator from Solana match the block hash that you synced from wormhole, and then with that it's able to assemble a Solana Merkle root from the entries thing. I think there was a proposal for this, SIMD52 and also 63 had something similar, but they never got merged. So I think I may be the first one to do Solana inclusion proof. I'm certainly the first one again to make an Aztec proof on Near. I think, I'm not sure, I know they have WASM verifiers, but they're for web. I'm not sure if someone ported the WASM verifier for WASM unknown, I'm not sure. But I think, I mean, from what I can tell from the last 3 years, it's unlikely. But yeah, here I have some of the libraries. Some of these were built for the previous hackathon. So like this was built for the previous hackathon. This was novel. This is some scripts. Yeah, Solidity contracts just to part. The entry indexer, that thing I was mentioning, it listens from the Solana validator to the entry hashes. Lots of moving parts here, but you can test it. I mean, I just did a test where we proved the inclusion of a Solana transaction in a live smart contract on Near. You can also have some tests just for the circuits without like any on-chain, with like some sample data we have. Well, it's been a lot. I'm really happy with how far I got. Unfortunately, I couldn't ship the web wallet for you guys. I think it would have been a nice demo. But I ship a lot of open source shit and I hope someone likes it. I will be reaching out for you guys because I want to build this thing seriously. Well, this is it. This is Chalice. Every transaction on every chain, anonymity set, and censorable. Peace out.